Guys, could you hear me? Yes or no? Can you hear me now? Now it is clear, right? Okay, done. Okay, guys. So let's start the session. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the next some SQL functions. Yeah. Once again, online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Yeah. Akshay, Chetan. Thanks for confirmation, guys. Okay, so let's start the session. So let's welcome to the last session of this course. And in today's class, we are going to discuss the some SQL functions. Now, before discussing the SQL functions, now as everyone knows, what is function? Whether it is in the SQL or in the Excel or whether it is in the Python, Tableau, Power BI, wherever it is. What is generally function means? What is the meaning of function? Function means in terms of where it is going to have, it is going to take some input arguments. A function will take some input as arguments, some input as the arguments, perform the operation, what are the operation it is assigned, it is going to perform the operation and returns the output, performs the operation and returns the output is called as function. Whether it is in the Excel, whether it is in the Power BI, whether it is in the Tableau or anything, what are the concept you take, okay, in all of them. So a function will take some input as arguments, perform the operations and returns the outputs. So this is called as functions, right? Now, whether in the Python we have learned some functions, within the Excel we have seen some functions. Within the Excel, what are the different types of functions are there? Now, within the, we are having Python, some functions are available, Python functions. And we have seen that these functions called as Power BI functions. Within the Power BI, some functions. And advanced functions of Power BI is also called as DAX. DAX means what? Basically, DAX is also functions. Like in the DAX, some of the functions like calculate is there or some power is there. Like this, advanced functions are there within the Power BI. DAX functions are available. And similarly, Tableau functions. Within the Tableau also we have written the functions, but that functions we have taken like if condition based functions or some other additional functions, something like this, right? Now, we are going to move on to the SQL also some functions. Now, what are the functions I'm going to discuss in the today's class? The same function will be used in almost in every case, right? So within the SQL, the same functions you can use, whether you can, for example, as when you consider in the real life, once we enter, okay, majorly we'll extract the data from database. After extracting the data from the database, we will not use only the SQL. The major purpose of database is to store the data, and major purpose we are going to use for database is to extract the data. Okay, in the real life database, the importance of database always, importance of database is, the importance of database is to store the data. To store the data, this is the main importance in less space, means by creating the schema. So why we are going to create the schema means we are going to have the less space. Schema is not there means you can create in one table only anything. But using the schema, what we are going to do means we are going to store the large amount of data. The importance of RDBMS, what are the relational database is there? What is the importance of data? Means database means to store the data. What is the importance of RDBMS? Importance of RDBMS, where relational database, to store large amount of data, store large amount of data, to store large amount of data in less space. In less space is the advantage. That is the reason they have created this one relational database, where by using the schema, by connecting the multiple tables. Schema means nothing but connecting the multiple tables. By connecting the multiple tables, they are storing the large amount of data in less space. That is the main purpose of database. Now, data engineers, how data engineers are going to use the database means, they are going to collect the data and they are going to store the data. Data engineers will collect from other sources, and they are going to store in the company database. This is data engineer's work. Now, as a data analyst, what is our work? Data analyst or data scientist, we are going to collect whatever the data engineers has collected the data, and they are going to store in the company's database. Now, we will extract the data from company's database. We are going to extract the data from company database. And after extracting the data from the company database and doing the analysis, we are going to perform the and applying the analysis, and we are doing the analysis, that is step-by-step process, whatever we are having the step-by-step process, and finally we are trying to improve the business from that. This is our work majorly. Okay, here main work is this one, and analyzing the data and improving the business is major work for us. Collecting the data is major work for these people. For these people, they are going to focus on this area. We are going to focus on this area. Okay. Now, after collecting the data, first we have to take the data to analyze what we require, data. So that is the reason. First, the main purpose we'll use the database is only to extract the data. We are not going to do any kind of data analysis work, or we are not going to do the data cleaning work within the SQL. Okay. Can we do or not means it is possible. Who is going to do then? Sir, then who is going to do the data cleaning? Why they have created all these SQL functions? Now, what are the SQL functions I'm going to discuss with you? Now, these SQL functions are majorly used for data cleaning purpose. Majorly used for data cleaning purpose or data preparation purpose, or transforming the data. Not only data cleaning, data preparation, the entire data preparation purpose. SQL functions, what are the SQL functions we are going to discuss now? SQL functions are used for data preparation, and which is a combination of data cleaning and data transformations. So for this purpose, we are using the majorly the SQL functions. Sir, then in the real life, we are not going to use. Then who is going to use these SQL functions? SQL functions majorly used in the real life are majorly or mainly used by SQL developers. Used by SQL developers, because they are not going to use any other tools. These people are going to use the persons who doesn't know other than SQL, purely who knows only SQL, everything they will do in the SQL only. Is the point is clear? For example, let's take an example like this. You are having a pencil with you, a new pencil you have brought, and you want to do the sharpening of that. Okay, for that we are having the sharpener, blade, and some other things are there, other things like a blade and chalk or something. Now, which person is going to use which one means, one person who knows about the blade, he doesn't know about the sharpener. He don't know what is sharpener and how to use the sharpener also he don't know. He knows only how to use the blade. Then the person, he says that only by cutting the pencil by only using the chalk or blade. And if you say, array, instead of this, can you use the sharpener? Means sharpener, what is that? Those people don't know. Since they don't know, they are going to use blindly the whatever they know, that is called as blade. Now, for example, if the person knows sharpener is available and blade is also available. Which one he is going to choose then? Which one he feel easy, that one he is going to choose. Some people will use the sharpener, some people will use the blade. For example, you are using from last 2 years continuously blade only you are using. Now still now also you'll continue the blade only, na? Though I have shown you the sharpener also, though it is easy also, sometimes you'll think that, okay, in your mind suddenly it will only strike because you was habituated, right? You are habituated. For example, every day you are preparing at the night hours after 10 o'clock or at 10:30 or starting learning something. One day I told you that, hey, instead of learning at night 10 o'clock, always learn at morning 4 o'clock. That is very good time to learn new things. So if you learn means, of course, there will be no difference. Learning only. But some additional positive energy will be added. So it might be an advantage for you. I'll say like this. Now, one day you have tried. You have find the difference also. Assume. One day you have tried and you have found the difference that morning 4 o'clock to morning around 4 3:30 to 5:30, that is the best time for learning. Assume you have understood that one. Now one day you have tried and it is the best time also. Next time are you going to continue with the best time or you are going to continue with the night hours only? Means the people who has habituated with the night hours, even morning is best time also, still they'll continue with the night hours. It will take time for them to get normal again. This one day work will not sufficient. It has to be again habituated. Again you have to learn. Again you have to wake up every day at 3:30 or 4 o'clock and you have to learn the things. Again next day also you have to wake up at 4 o'clock and you have to learn. Again next day morning you have to learn. Then automatically once you have learned like that and once you have habituated and once you have seen that what are the things you are learning at morning hours and it is getting registered in your brain forever like that, and you have seen the huge difference, then automatically no person can stop you by learning in the morning hours, right? It has to get habituated, but one time it will not be sufficient. Similarly, the persons who are SQL continuously using the SQL and they have done the, for example, dot upper is there, a column name is there, a column consists of first name. In that first name I want to use, for example, this is the data. I'll show you with an example, a basic simple example I will show you so that you will understand clearly. Now this one, whatever I'm having within the SQL, okay. Now, so here I'm going to choose the first database, some database. Okay, let me start with the database. Use, I'm going to use the Krishna. Database name is Krishna, or you can even choose the IMDb dataset, whichever you are interested. And select star from, in the Krishna, what is the table I'm having? Miss employees table. So select star from employees. Something when we have tried in the class practicing during the at the time, I have make create this one. Okay. Now these are the column names. What are the column names you are having? First ID, first name, last name, and salary with some records. 5 records are available. Now you want to convert the first name into the uppercase. For example, this is assume if it is a Python, what we are going to do? Df of first name dot upper. Okay, dot string str dot upper. We are going to apply, right? That is if you are using the which one? Python. For example, if you are using the Excel, then in the new column in the cell is equal to upper is the function in the bracket. So I'm writing here. See, everything is same only, one and only same, no difference. Answer will be the same. After saying this one, sir, I think all these things are completed. No, sir. Again, you will say this one only. Nothing special we are going to discuss. That whatever we have completed earlier functions, we are saying one more time in the SQL. Basically, at the time, why I have not done this one means generally we will not use these functions within the SQL. Data cleaning or data transformations, we will do either in the Python or if some people will use SQL, Python, Power BI. Some people directly will use SQL into the Power BI itself without using that in between Python. Directly they'll do the data cleaning also in the Power BI by using the Power Query, or they'll do the data transformations directly in the Tableau itself. So step 3, step 4, step 5, what are the data preparation, data analysis, data visualization. Some people will choose Python with Power BI or only Power BI or only Tableau or Python with Tableau. A combinations, different combinations, different interest. There is no rule like that we have to use only this. But common thing is everyone has to select the data from the database. That is common. Select command is common and everything is common. Now, just if I show you this one, okay, here I want to go with the column name called as okay, that is first name. I want to take the first name and the first name I want to convert to uppercase. If that is my requirement, I want to convert the first name to uppercase. Now, when I want to convert the first name to uppercase in Python, what we are going to use in this, what we are going to use means first, let me go with the Python. So in the Python, first I'm going to choose this one as a data frame. If this is the data frame, I'm going to write the code as df of first name. What are the first name is there? Dot string dot upper. Okay. And if I want to create into a new column, this is output it will give, but it will not store the data. To store the data, left side, what I have to do? I have to write the df of something. Name underscore upper. Name underscore upper is the column name. So then what happens? All of them will be stored in the uppercase. Now, if this is the same thing in the Excel sheet, then I'm going to write here. First, I will write in the Excel sheet on the top new column name, name underscore upper. I will write here. Here I will write is equal to in the cell, and I will use the function name is called as upper, and I will give the this one, that is what are the column cell B2. This is B will be considered a B2 cell, and simply I will drag. That is in the Excel. Now you have to do in the Power BI. Then how you are going to do in the Power BI? Again, you are going to use in the Power BI also upper function. It's normal upper function, general upper function, and within the is equal to, you have to write the measure, create a calculated field, click on the create calculated field. Left side, you are going to write the name underscore upper is the calculated field name, and you are going to use the upper, and inside that you are going to use the column name. What are the column name is that one, right? In the Power BI. Now the same thing in the SQL, how I'm going to do means, see here, select upper, function name is called as upper. This is the function name. You can write in the small letters or caps lock. And in this, I'm writing only small letters Siva, assume. Okay. And I'm just executing this one. What is the output I'm going to get? Caps lock Siva. Sir, but this is a single value, no, sir. Column name. Entire column has to be considered now. Single value means single value. Entire column you want means, then you select upper, write the column name. What is the column name you want to convert? First name. First name from which table? From employees table. Employees. Single value means single value. Entire column is entire column. See all the columns. And you want to see the this column along with the normal first name also. First name. Okay. Now two columns I want to see, first name and this column. Two columns I'm going to display. So normal first name, upper with first name. Sir, this upper with the first name is different column name now, sir. I want to change as name upper. So as name underscore upper is the column name as, and you are going to give like this. See. So in today's class, what are the concepts we are going to discuss? These all the concepts will be done in the Excel. Already these concepts are already completed in Python. All these concepts are already completed in the Power BI, everything. Now I'm just showing you how to do in the SQL. Now you'll get a question, why I have skipped at that time? Means the reason behind that is, in the real life, we are not going to use this one in the SQL. None of the person in the real life will use as a data analyst. Though these functions are available also in SQL, we will not use as a data analyst. If you are a SQL developer, that is a different story. Is the point is clear? But if you are as a data analyst, just you are going to extract the data and you are going directly connecting into the Power BI. In the Power BI only, we'll do the directly the data cleaning, or we'll connect to the database to the directly to the Python, and within the Python, we'll do the everything. Right? Either in the Python we'll do, either or in the Power BI we'll do. But We will not do in the SQL. Why? Because when compared to SQL, easiness is there. I told you now, blade is the sharpener is the miss, which is easy. That one only will select now. So when compared to SQL queries, the Power BI or Python is comparatively easy. Comparatively easy. So that is the reason. Nothing special is there. Easy. Easiness is there. That is the reason they are choosing that one. Right? Now, when compared to Python is easier, Power BI is easier, means Power BI only is easy comparatively. Still more. No doubt in that. Because it is a tool now. Now, why SQL is difficult? Because we have to write the query. Why Python is difficult? Because we have to write the code. Why Power BI are easy? Means only simply we have to write the tools. Clicking is easy comparatively. Whichever you feel easy, that is the best choice. If you are choosing as a data scientist, you are not in the data analyst role. You are not sitting in the data analyst role. You are sitting in my data science class. Then where you are going to do this one is in Python. If you are sitting in the data analyst class, where you are going to do the same thing is in Power BI. Only difference is that. Wherever I say Power BI or Tableau, both are same. Two data visualization tools. Both are same basically. Is the points are clear, guys? So like this, we are going to use the SQL functions. So let us discuss what are the SQL functions are there. As I have told you, functions are nothing but where they are going to have in terms of collecting the data. It will take the some inputs and perform the operation and return the output. Now, what are the different types of SQL functions we are having means aggregation functions are there. Okay, already we have completed aggregation functions during the IMDb dataset itself. Count, sum, have, minimum, maximum. These are the aggregation functions, right? Now, next we are having the string functions. What is the use of concat? To transform into a new column. For example, if you are having first name and last name, you are going to create a new column called as full name. Okay, and length, upper, lower. You are transforming. These are all related to transforming the data. Replace is comes under. If you want to replace any particular string, then you are going to do with the call as in terms of cleaning. So all these functions are used for either data cleaning or transforming into a new data. Right? Now, similarly, numerical functions. These are the various numerical functions which we are having. So today's class, we are going to discuss the string functions and numerical functions. Okay. As I told you, what are the functions are there? All these functions, after discussing these functions, you'll say again one word only. So the same function I think we have executed in Excel sheet, no sir. You'll say ast is like this. Single value means you have to write in the bracket single value. Column means you have to write the column name from table name. That is the only difference. Column with table name. Right? Now, first let us start with the numerical functions. Why? Because easy. Nothing else. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the numerical functions. So in the numerical functions, first numerical function, what is the list of numerical functions means ABS. So select ABS of. So ABS means absolute value. It is going to give the absolute value of minus 35.9. I'm going to take something like this. Now, what is the answer? It is going to give the 35.9. Instead of value, how you have to write the column is for any column which is having the minus and plus. For example, profit and loss is there. In that profit and loss, minus will be there, plus will be there. And you want to convert everything to positive number only. Then in that case, generally we should not do now. Loss we have to highlight now. In the waterfall chart, we have to highlight the negatives. We can't keep the negatives as positives. But anytime any wrong data will be there, like ID will be there, customer ID will be there. Customer ID cannot be negative now. ID means all the positive numbers only will be there. Sometimes we may get the negative numbers. In that case, what we have to write here, ID from table. Then what happens? It is going to give the all the positive values of that particular column. See, for example, if you are having any negative, all the values will be rectified. If you are having single value means single value. If you are writing the column name means write the column name from table name. Is the point is clear, everyone? Wherever I explained with you single value, instead of single value, write the column name. Is the point is clear, guys? Everyone. Next, select next function. I'm going to use after ABS. The next numerical function is a round function. Round. Okay. And I'm going to use the within the round function. I'm going to give the round 35.6789 up to 2 decimals. So comma 2. 2 arguments you have to provide. What value and up to how many decimals you have to give. And it will give the output. So what is the output means? Up to 2 decimals, 35.68. Is the point is clear, guys? Simply in an Excel sheet, you are selecting the cell number B2, here B2, like this. Same round function. If you open your Excel, same round function as this, no difference, right? Now, next one is called as seal. Okay, and same number 35.6789. Okay, I'm giving the same number, above number, seal. Now what is seal means? It will make the round figure with the higher value, upper wise. It will go to the upper side. It is going to do the sealing to the upper side. Sir, for example, 35.1. Let us take 35.1. For 35.1, what is the round figure with upper side? Round integer, upper side. Round integer. Every time it will take the integer only. Round integer. Okay, here round function will give up to certain decimals. For example, you want 0 decimals also, not a problem. But in terms of here, you can even take 1 decimal, you can take 2 decimals, you can take 3 decimals, like this. For example, I want to make a round figure up to 1 decimal. I can take the round figure of 1 decimal. But in the seal, you cannot take the round figure. Round figure is always chosen to close to integer. Integer only. It is not going to give the decimal value. Only integer. So seal of 35.1. What is the output of this? It is going to give the 36. Okay, with the upper side. Sir, I want with the lower side. Select floor. Floor means lower side. For example, 35.6789. Now round figure to lower side of round number with 0 decimals towards round side. What is the answer? 35. Is the point is clear, guys? For example, you are giving here 35.99. Now, what is the output? You are going to get 35. To lower side. Upper side you want means this one. Upper side is seal, lower side is floor. Sir, simply round. For example, 35.99. I want either upper close to the nearest it has to take, sir. Neither upper side or lower side. It has to take automatically to the closest one. If it is close to lower side means lower side. If it is close to upper side means upper side means then it is called as a round. Round function. Round function will take either upper side to lower side. See here. 35.1. Round figure of 35.1. Which one will be best? 36 is best or 35 is which side it will give the round miss? 35. Is the point is clear now? Seal miss always towards the downside only, and floor miss always towards the upper side only. You are going to get. Is the points are clear, guys? Next. So that is round, seal, and floor, followed by mod. Mod means it is going to give the remainder. So in the remainder, see here, I'm going to take 11 comma 4. Now what is 11 comma 4 means? It is going to take 11 divided by 4. 11 divided by 4. What is the remainder? What is the remainder? Modulo. Do you remember modulo in Python? That remainder you are going to get. So here you have to apply the mod. Function name is mod. Small letter, caps lock, that is your choice. Mod. This is not a case sensitive. Na? It is not a case sensitive, right? So you can take everything caps lock, everything in the small letters. That is your choice. Okay. So that is the mod. MOD. Mod means it is going to give the modulo. Modulo or modulus value. That is nothing but a reminder. Next, I'm going to take this one called as power. Select power. And in the power, I'm going to give 2 power comma 5. Base, comma exponent. 2 arguments. Do you remember from math, import power, POW? In the POW, what are the 2 input arguments? One is base, one is exponent. What is base? See, not only in the Python, in the Power BI also same. Whether it is in the Excel also it is same. In the Excel function also, what is the power function within the Excel? POWER, power, same. And what are the brackets you are going to use? In the brackets, you are going to use the base and exponent. This is the base, 2 power 5. 2 power 5. What is 2 power 5? 2 power 5 is 32. That's it. You are going to get the same answer. Or simply, you can take like this. 10, comma 2. 10, comma 2 means 10 square. 10 square is 100. That is power function. Is the point is clear, guys? Sir, you are taking the power function and you are showing within values, but in the reality, we will not get the values like this, no sir. In the reality, what we'll get? Tables will get. This one we'll get. Now, how to use functions on the tables? You are explaining the concepts like this, but now see here. I'm having the ID column now. For ID column, I want to apply the power 2. This is my requirement. Now, what I'm going to do? Select power and the base. What is the base you want? ID. ID is the base. For that, power is 2. For everything, 2. Now, instead of 10, what you have selected? Column name. So, column name you have selected from employee table. Employees. And I'm going to give like this. See? Wherever the value is there, instead of that single value, you choose in terms of what? Column name. Instead of value, you have to choose the column name. For example, now this one is there. Select again. So everyone, you can take a note of example of this one. Whatever we have selected, that this is the table. In my table, this is the one. Sir, in your table, decimal values are not there now, sir. You create one table, you insert some data. You don't know how to practice. If the data was not given, but we want to try something, how to do that one? Create one more column. You know how to create one more column na? In the SQL and insert some values, which is having the decimals, which are having the negative values. Insert some values and apply these logics after the class practice. Create the tables. Okay. Now see here, I'm going to take the round function. Select round is the function. And in the function, I'm going to give the column name is salary. Salary, comma. Sir, already salary is in the round only, no, sir. I'm going to take round figure up to 2 decimals. Salary, 2 decimals. From which table? Whenever you write the column name, you have to write the table name. Then it is going to give me salary up to 2 decimals. But here there is no decimal values, so it is not giving any kind of decimal values. For example, here that 313.445 something is there. Then it is going to make the round figure. Like this you are going to create. So what is the difference between this function? Yes. Now one of the student is asking how to what are the values we have created? What are the things we have created? How to save in the original table? That is the question. Now how to create? You don't know how to add the columns? In the Python also, after executing the right side, how to create a new column is equal to left side. Here in this altered table, and you are going to add the add columns. Simple now. Is the point is clear? Everyone. Right? Now, so next we are having in terms of like this. So round figure and instead of value. What is the difference between this function versus this function, guys? Tell me what is the difference you have observed? This one here 1, 3, 4, 5, comma 2. Okay. What is the difference between this one and what is the difference between this one? What is the difference? In above case, it has done for the single value. In the below case, it is applying on the column. Value you are replacing with the column name. Single value means single value, multiple values means column name from table. Simple. Is that clear now? Next, select. I'm going to select. Next one is, what is the next function after this? Mod I have to explain. Power I have explained. Now square root. Now square root SQRT of 25. Now what is the answer of SQRT of 25, miss? Output is 5. Now instead of here, if you take the salary, the column name is salary. Then when you are writing the salary, in that case, what you have to write? From table, from employees table. See, you are going to get the salary. You want to see only this one, or you want to see any other column names also, miss? Write the column names. This is one of the column name it is selecting. You want to see the original salary column also, salary comma square root of salary. Two columns you are selecting. First column, second column. Salary is the original one, square root of the salary is the second one. Okay, sir, I want to see the ID also, ID comma salary square root of the salary. Now how many columns will be selected, miss? 3 columns will be selected, right? Do you remember the SQL, or you have forgot how to select the single column, how to select the multiple columns, right? Same logic. Sir, than this simply Excel is better, no sir? I told you now. Sir, if the data was directly given in the Excel, we can do in the Excel itself. If the data was given in the SQL, we can't do in the Excel now. Then when the data is in the database, connect this database to the Power BI, or connect the database to the Python. Don't, if the data is in the Excel, miss, do the data cleaning in the Excel also, not a problem. If the data was in the, so here I'm writing clearly, if the data in the real life, either if the data will be generally for you as a data analyst, the data will be in the Excel, the data is in either Excel format or CSV format. If out of these two, if you are having the data like this, directly you are going to load the data and do the data preparation. What are the data preparation is there now? You can choose the data preparation either in the Excel. Now you are going to not use the SQL now. In this entire scenario, SQL will not be there. SQL is there, means Excel will not be there. Excel is there, means SQL will not be there. So load the data and do the data preparation in the Excel itself, or in the connect this one to the Python, and there you do, or you do in the Power BI directly this one, load that one, or Tableau. Choice is yours if the data was given in the Excel. And similarly, you are going to do the data analysis also, same. Choice is yours. And finally, data visualization, that one also your choice. If the data is in the Excel, miss, now like this you are having the multiple choice with you, and you can choose which or you are interested, right? But in the data cleaning only, again, don't select part of them in the Python, part of them in the Excel, like that. So choose any one and complete. For example, in this entire data preparation, you are choosing only Excel only, miss, only Excel. But Excel with Python don't do. Excel with Python only for data preparation only don't do. Data analysis again Python, miss, okay. For one step only, don't use two tools. For single step only. Okay. Now, for example, now in the same way, if the data is in, if the data is in the database, now you are going to load the data, and after loading the data, what are the data? You are connecting to the data. So here, once that is there, connect to the data. Connect to the database. You are going to connect to database, whether it is in the Python or wherever it is. Now you can do the data preparation within the SQL, and you can do the data analysis within these three. See, SQL is also only used for preparation purpose. For analysis purpose, SQL is not even used. None of the person will do. Even if you type in the Google, YouTube also, I want to do the data analysis and I want to apply some logical questions, means because your logical question answers will not be always in the table. Some answers will be in the visualization, some answers will find in the tables based on your questions. For some of them, both are possible. Okay, so some questions are not possible only in the table. It will be by seeing the visualization only we'll understand some of them. So that is the reason SQL, see, SQL is only used in the less amount of cases. Majorly, this one is different to store the data. Once again, I'm saying. Okay. Now, why I'm explaining all these things for multiple times means that is the reason why I have skipped at the time these points. At the time, why in the during the regular SQL sessions, why I have not discussed with the SQL functions means because I know these functions I'm going to use, because after SQL only I have entered into the Power BI. After Power BI only I have taken the Excel. After Excel only I have taken the Tableau. That is the order which I have followed. Why I have followed after Power BI instead of Tableau, in between Excel I have brought? Do you know that reason? Because Microsoft Power BI and Microsoft is Excel, both of them. And second, both of them data cleaning will be done using the Power Query only. So in the Excel also, if you want to do something cleaning, miss Power Query only. So that is the reason they both are connected to each other. That is the order I have prepared. Okay, in the real life, is the points are clear? Instead of blindly preparing the inside the content, inside the code in the table test course content, instead of preparing, I have went into the as per the order of the project. First, I have completed the entire things using the Python as per the order of the project. In that order of the project, I don't want the exceptional handling. I don't want the file handling. Since for my completing the order of the project of data analyst role, never I will use. But do you remember modules? Modules are important or not? For doing your data analyst project is important because pandas requires the modules. For modules, functions are required. So all the topics, whatever I have discussed other than exceptional handling and file handling, every topic is used in the data analyst role. But those are not used in the data analyst. Similarly, here also same. That is the reason I have brought everything into the last part. This is the points are clear, guys. Right now, similarly, SQRT of salary, okay, or SQRT of single value. You are going to write the single value like this: select SQRT of a number, any number. Simply write the number and you simply use this one and you will get the output. Next, after SQRT, we are having the next one is called as greatest. Greatest of, I'm going to give the numbers like this. Greatest means maximum number. Okay, I'm going to give 5, 8, 25, 30, 1, 4, something like this. And I'm going to execute. Okay, now, so here, out of all of them, what is the maximum value? Miss, 30 is the maximum value. Now here, what are the values you are having? Huh? Instead of values, I told you just now, instead of values, if you want anything else, miss, what you have to write? Table, column name. So for example, in my case, I want to compare which is the maximum value between the ID and between the salary, which is the maximum value. Then what I have to do? Select what are the values are there. First, I'm going to write the greatest. So now what is the difference between the greatest versus maximum? Maximum is applied on a single column. Greatest is applied between the two different columns. Between the two different columns, which value is high? Either of high. For example, there might be a situation. Or what is the situation means? I have conducted for you two exams. Test 1, test 2. Out of these two tests, here you have got 40, 60. Some student has got here 80. He has got here 28. And here has got 90. And he has got 45. And here he has got 40. And he has got 96, 50, 84, something. Okay, I have written random numbers. That is not possible also. Just I have written in the random numbers. Okay. Now, what is my requirement is I have to select out of these two tests, any test which is the highest. For some students, test 2 marks are highest. For some students, test 1 marks are highest. Now, what I have to do in this case? If within the test 1, what is the highest mark? Max of test 1. What is the answer of max of test 1 means? What is the answer? 90 is the answer, because within this column, this is the maximum mark. Max of test 2. What is the answer? 96. This is the maximum mark individually. But my requirement is out of these two columns, which is the maximum value, that has to be separated. Now here I'm going to use the greatest of test 1 comma test 2. And here I'm going to select out of these two any one. Which one is the highest out of these two means 60. Out of these two 80. Out of these two 90. Out of these two 96. Out of these two 84. I'm going to get like this. Sometimes test 1 might be great. Sometimes test 2 might be there. So this is greatest of test 1 comma test 2. Is the point is clear? In that case, we have to use the greatest value. Greatest of these. Okay. Now, sir, in the Excel, we are going to write, or in the Power BI, we are going to write by using the if condition. If test 1 is greater than test 2, what it has to return means test 1 value. Yes, it has to return the test 2 value. Do you remember if conditions in the Excel? If after that in the if, what you have to write first? Condition. After that, what you have to write? If the condition is true, what it has to return? If the condition is false means what it has to return. Do you remember that one? First, if I'm going to write in the Excel, if in the bracket condition. What is the condition? Test 1 is greater than test 2 is the condition. Comma. If this one is true, what it has to return means test 1 value. Comma. If it is false, what it has to return? Test 2 value. Condition fail means test 2 value. That is in the Excel. Now here, out of these two columns, which column is the highest means greatest of two columns I'm going to give. What are the columns? ID. Second one is called as salary. And from employees table. Because I'm choosing the column names. Column names I'm choosing means always have to give the table. Now, obviously, you are going to get this one only. This is the highest. Sir, but you have explained just now test 1, test 2. Now, that example I want to practice. Can't you create one table? Create table example and insert the 5 values. Can't you apply that one? After the class, can't you practice like that? Right, guys? So, every example we can't show in the single data set, right? Even in the Excel also I have chosen the multiple data sets for your practice purpose. Do you remember that one? Right? Same way. Similarly, next one is called as least. Select least. Least of same. What are the numbers you are having? These numbers only I'm providing. In this, what are the least values? Earlier it is greatest values. Now what is the least value? In this least value? 1. So it is going to give the 1. Now what is the difference between the minimum versus least? Minimum is applied on the single column. Least is applied to between the two different columns. Is the point is clear, guys? Anyone? Any questions? If you are having any questions, you can ask. What are the questions you are having? These are the numerical functions within the SQL. Now let us move on to the next one is called as string functions. Everyone? So did I explain the ABS root? One more time, you can write everything, all the function names in the notes, please. And after the class, you write the syntax for each of them also. What is the syntax for ABS? What is the syntax means? Syntax. You write like this. Syntax. In the notes, you write like this. ABS of number. What are the number you are going to write? This is the syntax. Means it is going to take only one argument. Next, round. For round, what is the syntax? Syntax is round of number. What are the number you want to, and up to how many number of decimals? Number of decimals. How many number of decimals you want to make round figure? That is a syntax. Next, ceil. What is the syntax? you are going to take the seal of whichever the number you want to number. Okay. Instead of this one, if you want for column name, then what is the syntax for column name? The same ABS syntax for column name. ABS, you have to write the column name. What are the column name you are interested? Column name and from table name. That is the syntax. Select ABS. Select. Right? So like this, you write in the notes very clearly, guys. For a single value is like this. For the entire column is like this. In the notes, you write clearly and practice one example for that, one example for this. And create one table. In that, you create one column where to see keep some negative values. Insert some negative values, insert some positive values, and practice. Is that clear, guys? And like this, you have to do for everything. For all of them, you have to do in the same way. So what is the syntax for this one, miss? Syntax. So before writing the syntax, what is the advantage? What is the meaning of this one means? What is the, it will give? It gives the round figure to the round integer of the lowest value. Round integer of lowest value. Seal means round integer to the upper value. Upper value is called as ceiling, lower value is called as flooring. Because down part is called as floor, upper side is called as seal in our room. Right? Mod. What is a mod? Mod means it is going to give the reminder. It gives a reminder. First you write it gives a reminder. And you also write syntax. What is the syntax of mod means? Mod. And which number you want to divide, that is dividend. And to which one you want to divide, with what number, divisor. Okay. Now you are going to get the output as a reminder. Is the point is clear? Next, power. What is power? It rises to the higher power. What are the value you are going to give? That power will be raised. It rises to the given power. The value will be raised to the given power. And what is the syntax of this? Syntax is power. You have to write the base to which one it has to increase and exponent. Power base to the exponent, that is x to the power of n. X is called as base, exponent is called as power n. Always, guys, after the class, please clearly write what is the meaning of function and the syntax, and you write even one example for this syntax also. One example. That example is power 10 comma 2. 10 comma 2. The output of this one will give the 100. Write in the notes very clearly. And similarly, if you want to apply for the same thing on a column, select power. And what is the column name you want to select? Column name. And what is the exponent? You want to select that exponent from table name. And you write one example for this one also. Like that, you have to write in the notes clearly for each of them. First, what you have to write? Meaning. After that, what you have to write? Syntax for single value. Example for single value. Next, syntax for the column and example for that particular column. Like that, for every function, 5 things you have to write. Is the point is clear? Everything. Do after the class, clearly write for every function. First, for the every function, I'm writing clearly. What are the things you have to write? 1. What it will do? Use. 2. Syntax for single value. For single value. Are we going to use single value in the real life? No. Once we get the table, we'll never use the single value. Okay, syntax for single value and example for single value. Okay. And from there, you are going to choose syntax for column and example for the column. Syntax for instead of for entire column, one column. And similarly, you are going to take example for that column. So like this, you practice for each of them. Now, what are the example functions I'm explaining? Not only numerical functions, even for string functions also, same thing you apply after the class. Points are clear? Now, next, let us move on to the string functions, guys. Everyone is okay with the numerical functions, miss? I will move on to the string functions. So what are the different types of string functions, miss? Concat with the word separator, which what are the separator you are interested? Length, upper, lower, replace, reverse, substring, like this. So let us practice one by one. Now, I'm going to concat the strings like this. My first one, I'm going to take like this, concat. Okay, select. Okay, I'm going to use the function name is called as concat. And within the concat function, I'm going to write the strings. What are the strings, miss? Siva. Next string name is called as space. Next string name is called as Ram. And I'm going to close. Now, what is the output I'm going to get for this? Siva space Ram. Can you see? Directly I have given the values. Instead of giving the values, what you can give? Column names. So I'm going to select concat first name. Or the first name is there now. First name, comma. I want to concat by giving the space between them, comma, by giving the last name. Now, from which? From employees table. Now, what is the difference between above one, below one, miss? Instead of Siva, now I have chosen the first name, column name. And I'm going to get like this. This is the output. Now you want to concat with instead of space, in between hyphen. You can choose the hyphen. So like this, it is going to get concated. Is the point is clear? Now, if you clearly observe, Pradeep after space hyphen is there. For Pawan Kumar, space is not there. Why? Because in the first name itself, while creating this table itself, Pradeep space was created. Okay, the name is not like this. In the first name, you are having the not only the Pradeep, along with the Pradeep, you are having the space also. Sir, how you can know, sir? Just let us cross check. Let me cross check once. Okay, length function. I'm going to apply the length function on the first name. Okay, first name from employees table. Let us cross check. From the employees table, I'm going to check this one. And along with this one, I want to check the first name also. First underscore name. This is the two columns I want. First name column and length of the first name column. Now, I'm cross checking. So Pradeep, basically Pradeep means 7 characters, right? Why it is giving 8 means? Because along with the Pradeep, space is there at the end. That is not visible for us. Siva is how many characters? 4 characters. But how many it is showing? 5. Why? Because space is there. For Pawan it is showing correct. For Lalit it is showing correct. For Rama it is showing correct. Here spaces are there. Now if you want to remove the spaces, what we have to do? Trim function we are going to apply. So we are going to apply the trim function. Is the point is clear? So in your data set, what happens means Pradeep space is there, Siva also. After the Siva, space is available. Basically, for Pawan, Lalit and Rama, it is not available. But for Pradeep and Siva, at the end, space is also available. Remember this. Now, concat is clear now for everyone. Now, if you want to see the 3 columns, what are the 3 columns I want to see means first name, comma, last name, comma, and concat. I want to see 3 of them. Sir, in between I don't want us, it is mandatory. In between something should be there. Okay, remove this one. Then in that case, what happens? It is going to concat the two strings. Do you remember in the functions, sorry, in the Python, S1 is equal to Siva, S2 is equal to Ram. S1 plus S2, what is the output? Sivaram. Is there any space will come in between? No. If you want the space in between, what you have to do? S1 plus one empty space plus S2. Do you remember that one? That example during the strings we have discussed in the Python? Same. So here, in this case, see, if I execute this one, now space, nothing will be selected. Why here space you have got means by default, Pradeep is having the space, Siva is having the space, but Pawan Kumar, there is no space now. Lalit Chandra, Ram Krishna, can you see? Only the Pradeep and Siva is having the space because by default, they are having the space at the end. Is the point is clear? Now, for example, you want to concat first name with last name by using like this. In between, you want this one. What is this one miss? Siva with now what happens? First name with last name. That is Pradeep with Kumar, Pavan with Kumar, Siva with Prasad, Lalit with Chandra, Rama with Krishna. Every time with will be center in the with you are going to get every time. It will be concatenated between by using the with. If you don't want to use anything in between miss, don't select anything in between. Now this is 2, sir. For example, I want to concat the 3 columns. What are the 3 columns you want to concat? I want to concat the first name, last name, and along with the salary also I want to concat. 3 columns I want to concat. Okay, 3 columns concated. Is the point is clear? Now, next one is concat with WS. The same thing. WS. Concat WS. That function name is called as concat WS. Now, what is concat WS means? With what you want to concat? Common. So I want to concat by using the space separator with the separator. WS means with the separator. You have to write in the starting position separator. Separator, comma, column names. Now it is going to take like this. See, first name, space, second last name, space, salary. It is concating. Sir, now my requirement is first name and last name has to be concated with the space. And after that, it has to be separated by the hyphen. Okay, or first name with last name like this. This is my requirement. Select first name, last name. In between these two, what should be there? Space should be there. Okay, space. I'm going to get. Now, after the first name, last name concatenated, next I'm going to take like this. Space has salary of space and salary. Now, what is the output? What is the output you are going to get? First person, Pradeep, space, Kumar has salary of salary. Like this you are going to get. See? Now in this case, concat with WS, it is not possible. With the WS, constant separator. If you don't want a constant separator, you want a different separators means, then you have to go with the concatenation of multiple strings concept. In this case, between these two, what is the separator? Space. Between these two, what is the separator? Has salary of. 2 different separators. In this case, it is a constant separator. Is the point is clear, guys? Everyone? Concat. Generally, if you have the concat only, we'll split that one because for our analysis. Generally, we'll not use in the real life concat. We'll try to split that one if possible. Is the points are clear, guys? Concat is clear. Concat WS is also clear. Everyone? Anyone has any questions? If you are having any questions, you can ask, please. Online students. Concat and concat S. WS. Is that clear? Both of them? Next, after this, now let us move on to the next function. What is the next function is length. Already I explained this one. Length means it is going to give the length of characters. Upper. What is meant by upper? Upper means select. Upper is the function. First you have to write upper. After that, single value means single value. Column name is column name from table name. So I'm going to choose the single value, Siva. Then what is the output of this one, guys? I'm going to get the output as caps lock Siva. For example, instead of this, you are not giving a single value. You want to choose the column name. I want to choose the column name called as first name. Then what I have to write here? From employees. From employees. Then I'm going to get the output as like this. So select upper first name. Spelling of first name is wrong. Okay, and I'm going to give the first name C. By default, it is taking the column name upper of the first name. Means whatever you are asking, this one only is selecting as the column name. You want to give a different column name. You want to give a different column name is Yas. Shortcut is Yas. Column name, I'm going to give the name underscore upper. Then name underscore upper. This will be selected as the column name. No, sir, any column name is okay, means no need to use the as. As is selected as the column name. So I'm going to, while sharing to you, I'm going to save that one and I'm going to share you this one. Two things I'm going to share so that your practice will be easy. For practicing, two examples will be there. Okay, this is column name. Now you want the, not only this column, you want to also see the first name column. First name along with the upper of first name. Two things you want to see. Then what you have to do? Select first name. You have to write here, select first name, comma, upper of first name. Two columns will be selected. This column and that column also. For example, you want the ID. ID, first name, upper of first name. Three columns you want. Then what you have to do? So write the ID, comma. Like this, as per your requirements. I told you, first requirement should be in the brain. According to that, you have to write the query. Without requirement, you don't write the query. Then what query you have to write, you only don't know. First, think the requirement. In the brain, think the requirement. I'm saying clearly, if I want first name in the starting, what I have to do? I'm asking like this and then I'm writing the query, right? So here, while I'm practicing or while I'm explaining, what is the thing I'm doing means, first requirement I'm saying, after that I'm writing the query. While practicing also, you have to do in the same way. First write the requirement, then write the query. Is the points are clear, guys? And coming to the next one, upper is clear. Similarly, lower. What is meant by lower? Lower means lowercase. Everything will be converted to lowercase. Instead of upper, lower. Okay, and you're going to get everything in the lowercase. Is the point is clear? Either in uppercase are there or everything in the lowercase. Right? Now, next one is in terms of like this. What is the next one? Replace. Now you want to replace. So you are going to use the replace function. Select column name. What is the column name you want to say? Replace. First you have to write the function. After function, which one you want to replace? First you have to write the column name. I want to replace first name, column name. And what you want to replace? Within the column name you have selected. In that column, what you want to replace? I want to replace Siva. Siva. With what you want to replace? SRK. Now, this one. Okay. Now, you are going to get, why you are getting here error? Because you have given the column name, but when you are using the column name, you have to use the table name. Don't forget to use the table name. It is not like a single value. Na? For example, it is a single value. This is a single value, Sivaram Krishna. Assume this is a Sivarama Krishna. Siva space Rama space Krishna. Okay, single value. This is a single value. Now in this single value, you no need to give the column name, table name. So in the Sivaram Krishna, it is replacing Siva with the SRK. This is the value. In that value, which one has to be replaced? With what it has to replace. But when you are using a column name, obviously you have to use the column name along with the table name. First name from table name. What is the table name? That is employees. That is the reason you are getting the error earlier. Now see, now sir, my question is, earlier we have discussed the same thing called as update. Update employees set this SRK will set SRK where the ID is equal to 3. Do you remember that one? Okay. Now, what is the difference between this one versus that one? Update employees table, okay, set first name, wherever the first name is equal to SRK, where ID is equal to 3. This is the one. Now, in this case, you are going to update where ID is equal to 3 from table. So already I have used the table now. So you are using the safe update mode and you tried the update table. Okay, safe mode, it is on. Now just instead of this one, simply tell me guys, what is the difference between this one versus this one? For example, you know, update. There is an option called as update. Now you are having the option called as replace. Now what is the difference between these two? For example, here I'm going to take the first name, comma, replace of first name wherever the Siva is there, SRK. And I'm going to use as a new column called as name from employees. Now I'm going to get Siva with SRK. Now what is the difference between the update versus this one? What is the difference? Means in the update, you are going to select where a particular value you are going to modify. But here you are going to have with respect to all the values. By default, it will start the all the values. For example, your Siva is there in the 10th row, 15th row, 20th row, 19th row. Like in out of 10,000 records, in 20 records, it is there. 20 positions Siva is there. All the 20 positions you want to replace Siva with SRK is replace. Any particular Siva only you want to replace with SRK is update. Is the point is clear? Everything you want to replace or a single value. What is the difference between the fill NA? Fill NA means all the missing values will be filled. No, I want to fill one particular missing value with one single value. Then can I use the fill NA? No. In that case, what I have to use? In the Python, ilog. You have to use the ilog of that particular cell, and that particular cell right side you have to give the value. You can't use the fill NA in that case. For example, you are having like this. Okay, this is the name of the person. First name was filled with Siva, Rama. Here none. None means empty. Krishna. Okay, again empty. SRK is there. Now I want to replace the two missing values with the Kumar. What I have to do? What here two missing values are there. That two both of them I want to replace with the Kumar only. Then what I have to do? df of name dot fill NA Kumar, and both will be Kumar. No, I want to replace this one is Kumar, this one with Prasad. Then can I use the fill NA? No. Then separately you have to write the ilog. Separately you have to write the one more line of code also separately, and you have to replace. Or in the single line itself, you can use the ilog of what are the this 0, 1, 2. So in 2, 3, 4. So 2, 4. Two values you are going to use is equal to right side you are going to take the one is replacing with the Kumar. Second one you are going to replace with the Prasad. Like this you are going to write. Now in this case, you are not going to use the fill aliena. Similarly, here also, single value you want to replace means update. A particular values you want to replace means update. All the values you want to replace means replace function. Is the point is clear, guys? It is going to change in the original table. That is one more difference. Here it is going to create a new column. That is one more difference, right? Now, similarly, reverse. Next function name is called as reverse. What is reverse means? It is going to do the reverse. Reverse of the column. What are the column you have selected? I mean, which are the values are there in that? From reverse, first name, from employees table. Employees table. See, all the values are reversed. Right? Now, can you see here clearly on the starting space is there in the Siva and Pradeep starting position? Now it is space is visible. Earlier the space is not visible. Now it is clearly visible when compared to others. Is the point is clear, guys? Now, I want to trim. Select trim. What is meant by trim? Trim is it is going to trim the spaces. I'm going to trim the spaces within the first name from employees table. Then automatically it is going to trim the values. What are the values are there? They are going to trim. And similarly, you are having the L trim, R trim. What is L trim is if left side spaces are there, in the starting spaces are there, it is going to remove only the leading edge spaces. R trim will remove the trailing edge spaces. So like this, we are having the different types of functions within the SQL. Is that clear, guys? So all these things I'm going to upload for you and you can practice. Now, for example, we are having the still left and right. What is this left and right? So here I'm going to use the next function name is called as left. Select left. What is left? Left means initial values. First values, initial values. For example, within the first name, I want to extract the first three values. Okay, first three values I want to extract. Now, what is the answer I'm going to get? First three values, PAR, PAV, SIV, LAL, RAM. Like this, you are going to get the first three values. Left side three values. Similarly, I want the right side three values, last three values. Sir, generally where we are going to use this left and right? For example, date of birth will be there. In the date of birth, year column will be there. Do you remember year? Year column might be in the US format. Starting will be the year, month, date. Indian format, date, month and year. So I want to separate only the year. Last four I want to separate. For example, as per Indian standard format, in the date of birth, last four I want to separate. Then what I have to choose? Last, that is right. Right? Date of birth, comma, 4. So last four values will be extracted. A new column of year will be selected. Okay? I want date. So first two column, first two values like this. You can even choose. No. For example, subcategories are there. Subcategories, categories are there. Forget about the date of births. Categories and subcategories where you will have the some product ID. Every product ID, whenever the product ID is designed, generally the product ID will have LS hyphen, RI hyphen, TLT hyphen, something. What is this? First two characters indicates means what is the category. Hyphen, after the hyphen, the product number they'll write. For example, DA hyphen 123. Your roll number is, first student roll number is DA 123. Sorry, DA hyphen 001. DA hyphen, so DA SRK DA 001 means within the SRK, your date within the data analyst course, you are the student ID 1. SRK data analyst course 002. SRK data analyst course 003. Okay. And for example, some other trainer, XYZ trainer DA 0, 0, 1. Like that for other trainers also will be there now. Same logic. Now I want to extract the trainer names. Who is the trainer names? Miss first three characters is the trainer names. Then what I have to do? In this case, I'm going to separate the trainer name as a new column by splitting. Simply it is equal to split. What is the difference between the split function versus this one? Means split will be splitted based on the hyphen. Here it is not going to split on the hyphen. It is going to set the first three characters. I'm doing the indexing on the first three characters. 3 characters or 4 characters or how many characters you are interested. Is the points are clear, guys? Right means end. End 3 characters you are going to get. That is right function. Okay. Right function will give that one. This one will give this. Is the points are clear for everyone? Sir, in the right function, why you are getting a 3 miss here? 2 characters only you are getting miss. 3 are there basically. EP and space. Don't forget in the Pradeep after EP space is there. In the Siva also, after Siva space is there. 3 characters was extracted. VA space. Is the points are clear? So these are the various SQL functions. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? And that is your end of the course and end of the things. If you are having any questions, you can ask. Now, most important thing, as I've told you, exam. Yesterday only I told you that we are going to conduct the exam. Okay, the complete data analyst based exam, which is called as grand interview test. I told you. Instead of conducting tomorrow, as some of the students has asked for the time for preparation, because it includes the Python, it includes the SQL, it includes the everything. Once you enter into the interview room, they may ask from anything. Though you have familiar with Excel, SQL, statistics, they may ask everything. So in my questions paper also, some questions are from Excel is there. Some questions from Python, some questions from statistics, some question from SQL, some questions from Power BI, some questions from Tableau. Total, I'm going to give 6 topics are there for us. What are the 6 topics? Starting from Excel, followed by SQL, followed by statistics, followed by Python, Power BI, and Tableau. Total 6. So from each of them, I'm going to give at least 6 topics now. 6 into from each of them 4 questions. If I take also, you are going to get 24 questions. And apart from 24 questions, introduce yourself is common. This one will be common. So around 30 questions will be there. Okay. In the interview, they are going to ask orally. Here you are going to write in the exam. So you are going to get from each of them all the questions, around 30 questions you have to write in the exam. Theory questions. And this exam, instead of conducting tomorrow, I'm going to conduct on Monday, because for your practice only. If you are okay for tomorrow also, for me not a problem. I am ready. Conducting an exam for me simple only. Okay. Just creating the question paper. Now on Monday, that is 17th. Okay. On 17th, you are going to have the exam at 4 o'clock from 4 to 6. Online students should attend online, and offline students, you have to attend offline. You can attend online or offline, your choice. I'm going to upload the question paper exactly at 4 p.m. and the same thing will be intimated in the classroom. You have to take the exam. About the competition, it is common. There is no difference in the competition. That is going to be only on Saturday, because laptops has to be there. Lab facility which has to be given, miss. That cannot be done on the working days. Regular weekends, weekdays, it cannot be done. So that has to be done only on the Saturday. That is no other option for us. But here we are having the option. So since we are having the option, so I'm connecting this one on Monday. Since some of the students yesterday, they asked for practice time. Okay, guys. Now, finally, last one is all the best for your future endeavors. I assume everyone will be in the future data analyst role only. Okay. So all the best for your future endeavors, and within a short time. By mostly, I assume in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, you'll be as a data analyst. And I'm going to share you the placements. Every week, I'll share at least 1 or 2 jobs in the classroom and apply. Make sure that your resume is comparatively different from others, and what are the plus points I have told you, and what are the things will be highlighted, everything. Is the points are clear? And everyone, please share your feedback to me as Google review. I'm going to share you the link and share your feedback as a Google review. Whatever you feel, your feelings are there, that one only. I am not going to ask, give me exactly that. But one thing I'll say, in the Google review, clearly, please don't forget this one. If you are giving the Google review, if you are giving only, it is not mandatory. If you are giving, miss, clearly mention that my name. If you don't mention the my name and course name, if you don't mention, what happens, miss? Then I can't understand. You have given for me, right? In the Google review, someone will they will give the 5 star. In the Google review, they will give the rating. I assume you have given the rating. One rating you have given. For which faculty, for which course you have given? How others will know? Not only others, even how I can know. Do you know your names, your mail IDs? I know. For example, in this class, one of the student really has given the rating as 5 star. I even don't know he is my student also. I only don't know. Forget about third person. So first I should know, miss, you have to give the rating clearly and for my name. So then I'll understand it is for me they have given. Okay, please share your feedback as a Google review by mentioning this. Okay, so first it will ask the rating. After rating a review, it will ask some review. In the review, while writing the review, don't forget my name and course, so that I will understand it is related to me. Otherwise, if you write, sir, course is very nice. If you simply write like this, which course? AWS course, DevOps course. Sir, we are writing means obviously we'll write for you only, no, sir. Again, why this one means how I can know you are writing first? Did I know your mail IDs or your phone numbers or your names? No, no. Then is the points are clear, guys? All the best. And that is the end of the course. And if you are having any questions, you can ask. And make sure of yourself you are having a very good knowledge. First, this is the top priority. After this, character. These are the 2 things. Always learn and apply. Never copy. Never copy. Copying is very simple, but career will not be that much of great. You want a good career, miss? Never copy. Copy from Google, ChatGPT. I'm not saying there, but don't copy from others. Learn copying from the Google or from the ChatGPT is called as research. Copying from others is called as copycat. Even the people who do the PhDs, scientists, these people also will take the support of Google, but they will not copy as it is others' patent. Is the point is clear? Any invention will be developed based on the research only. Research means obviously they will open the any Nobel Prize winner also has to open they have to do the research means first they have to know what is existing. They have to do the research in the Google only. But they will not copy from others. Never copy from others. This one I am saying. Okay. So one faculty is conducting the exams, so other faculty is copying, miss. That faculty may get initially a good name, but later copycats will always forever will be remains the copycats only. Initially, you may see the advantage, but it is not a good one for the life. Okay. Go with the ethics and morals. Automatically, everything will happen with the good. Right, guys? And already we have completed remaining things, right? Views are completed, stored procedures are completed. Everything are completed, right? Already completed. During the SQL itself, it is completed. Views and stored procedures. Sanjay. We are going to, when you are going to receive the placement links, even from tomorrow onwards, not tomorrow, today itself. From today itself, you are going to receive the, whenever there is an opportunity, you will receive every week at least 1 or 2 jobs. Minimum 2 jobs are guaranteed. You have to apply and you have to get selected. Right, guys? Done. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your feedbacks. Thanks. Thank you, sir, for creating data science course in short journey. Learned about data analytics in detail. Thank you. Thank you, Chetan. Thanks for everyone. Sirisha. Thanks for your guidance and inspiring teaching, sir. Thank you. Revant, you are completely different, sir. Revant, I always warn you in my life. Thank you, Revant. Thanks, guys. Everyone. Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. From now, no, there is no class. We'll connect only in the Google Classroom. Any updates will be in the Google Classroom. Right? Monday, 4 o'clock is the exam. And next week is the competition. Yeah. Can we go to the lab? Absolutely. You can go to the lab, you can practice. You will have the facility for next 2 to 3 months. Okay, till you get the job. If, sir, after 2 months, sir, miss, after 2 months, if you don't get the job, you will be considered as bad student. Maximum time is we have to get the job after by completing course itself. We have to get the job. In the least case, maximum 1 month, we have to get the job. Okay, we should not get more than that delayed. Okay, for the next 1-2 months, you will have the lab facility also. Done. Still, any questions? All the best for everyone, each and every student. All the best. Right? Thank you. Thank you all. Any questions? Yeah, everyone. Thank you. Done. Online students, thank you. Yeah, from Monday, there will be no class. Exactly. Bye, guys. Yeah. After 12 o'clock, can you come down? 10:30 to 12 batches then after this. Online students, any questions, guys? Yeah, yeah. Yeah.